Fast Forward Productions. The women are speaking.
There is so much to do, and sometimes I feel like I can manage it all. Seeing your friends, going to networking events, eating healthy, working out, getting more clients, making sure you're serving those clients to the best of your ability, recording podcasts, all the things. I'm supposed to be training for an upcoming triathlon sprint. It's not really going as planned. I feel like I'm really not seeing my friends as much as I want to lately. And honestly, it can kind of feel like you're failing at life when you're trying to do it all and feel like you're falling short, especially when it looks like other people aren't falling short. In the US, we get served this idea of more. Get more fit, eat healthier, get more money, get more material things, travel more, rest more, call your family more, whatever it is, it feels like we're always being served more on a silver platter. And it takes a lot of effort sometimes to take a step back and say, like, is this what I really want? Is something, even getting something for free, costs your time and energy? And then on the flip side, it kind of feels like the movement that is about not doing more and subscribing to more is still more rest, protect your peace, more alone time, more of your blinders on to not see what's going on around you. And like, I don't want to just rest and not grow, but I don't want to feel like I need to do it all. So where's the middle ground? Well, welcome to season 2 of the Becoming Obsessed podcast. I'm your host, Teresa Jean, business coach, digital marketer, agency owner, amateur athlete, podcaster friend, and a whole lot of things that I feel like I should be doing more and more of. So this season, we are sitting down to shed some of those shoulds, the things we always feel like we should be doing more of, because it can feel like we're supposed to do it all. And even if you're kind of like me and you've started to really create the life that you love, you might have taken out some of these shoulds already. You might have really done the work to figure out exactly what you want to be spending your time on, and then find out that it's still more than you can manage. Spoiler alert, that's kind of where I've found myself lately. And to be honest, one of the big reasons I started this podcast was to talk to people who are living life in a way that feels authentic and kind of aspirational. A lot of the first people that I thought to talk to are people who have a passion for life and they are really making it happen. They're prioritizing something that they really want. And then people who are doing it with an ease about them. It feels effortless. It feels like they've kind of got it all figured out. And I know enough people to know none of us really have it figured out. So what have these people done to cultivate that life so it does feel effortless and it feels like they can focus their energy where they want to? I'm going to take it back a few years. When I went to Costa Rica for the first time, I was there for 3 months. And in my head, I thought that I was just going to sit in a bungalow on the beach and work and start a business and grind really hard and then eat and surf and watch sunsets on the beach. That's really what was in my head. That's the image that I wanted. But I was going with somebody else and they weren't working at all. So they wanted that adventure, going out and seeing everything, going to different locations, taking surf lessons, all these things, right? And so I realized in that season of life that a lot of times we're trading one thing for another. And at that time, I felt like I was really trading the responsibility in a good way, the responsibility of starting a business and really having my own, I call it my own house, my own company, for the freedom to lay at the beach all day and kind of work the minimum that I needed to for the clients I had at the time and really have that freedom and that leisure. So at that time, I was like, okay, in life, most times we are trading one thing for another. We are choosing not to have this thing we want because we want this thing more. And as time went on over the last few years, this idea started to evolve and maybe get a little more sophisticated, where maybe it was just I was also watching a lot of Marvel movies, the MCU, and the multi-dimensional universes. But this idea of a two-sided scale became this 9-dimensional diagram, where it's never a orange for orange trade-off, but we can cultivate the life that we really want to have, and we can have the business and have the leisure. Doesn't mean it's easy, but I believe it's possible. So I started to really see life very 9-dimensional, very full. One thing affects another thing, except there wasn't anything tangible to it. So this season, we are merging these two concepts, really making it tangible so that it can be actionable, and figuring out how can we live a very authentic yet fulfilling life where we don't always have to be growing, but we don't always have to be on bed rest. We can find a healthy balance that is almost, I think of it as a wave through the seasons of our year and our life. A few months ago, I was on a business retreat with my coaches. Shout out Shay and Cass of the Bucket List Bombshells. And they gave me and other women in the group a 90-day planner from Cultivate What Matters. And little ADHD girly that I am, I, got it started and I haven't really followed through. This has been way more than 90 days, probably more like 6 months. But even though I haven't followed through with filling out the whole journal, I loved the concept that Cultivate What Matters has. And I've actually really carried that, maybe not writing in the journal as much, but I have carried that into the way that I'm organizing my life. So what this 90-day planner from Cultivate What Matters does is it separates your life into 8 areas: community, family, finances, fun and recreation, health and wellness, home and spaces, spiritual and personal growth, work and career. But what I love about this is now it's a tangible framework where we can really figure out what is enough in these 8 areas of life. What is enough time in your community? What is enough money and materials and finances? Even some of these where it's like home and space. How often do we look and feel like people on Instagram are always updating and painting and getting new furniture, more changes to make their home and their space whatever the newest trend is, right? It's more changes all the time. So really figuring out, well, what do I want my space to look like? What is enough? How often do I want to refresh it? Having some of these thought out and then built into structures can help us stop feeling like we should always be doing more, or, oh, I should paint that room, or I should go get a new plant holder. So here's what I'm doing. I'm taking these 8 areas of life and I am figuring out what is enough in each of them so that I can focus extra energy on the ones that need it. This season, this year, 2024, I have been in such a season of growth with my company, Sleeked Marketing. And I say season of growth instead of saying I am over capacity and having to learn how to hire, how to delegate, how to lead a team, how to dig deep till 4 a.m. to make sure that client work gets done. And because I'm spending so much extra time growing a company, some of these other 7 areas need to be a little bit easier. For me, it feels like sometimes I only can see what's right in front of me. Like I could have gone to a concert last week, and then this week I feel like I've never done anything fun in my whole life. I just can get this tunnel vision. So using this framework has really helped me to understand, oh, I'm seeing my friends or seeing my community at these 3 things every week. I don't need to do more than that. I want to, and I will at some point in life. But right now, if I just show up to my Tuesday night dinner with my friends, if I show up to that one business morning that I go to every week, and if I show up to church, I'm seeing people that really love and inspire me, and my cup is being full. That's enough for my community and my friends. I have that in place so I don't have to worry about, I should text this person, I should schedule coffee with this person. I can shed those shoulds. I can take it off my mental load and know that if I just do these 3 things every week, I'm good, I'm set. And if I need to skip on 1 or 2 for a week, I don't feel so bad because I know I have it planned for next week and I know it's going to be there waiting for me. Now, a little bit more vulnerable or uncomfortable in this process is the health and wellness side. I have definitely been feeling this one creep up. And especially, I'm supposed to be training for a triathlon sprint. I've had a couple 10K and 10-mile races in the last couple months. I didn't feel like I trained for enough. And more so than not maintaining, I kind of feel like I've been under so much stress that it's been affecting my body in ways that I'm not used to. And so instead of giving into this mindset of, I need to get a summer body going, I need to try and eat healthier, even though my eating habits haven't changed a ton, I need to quit all stress, I need to, look and feel my best. Instead of that pressure and adding more stress, I'm trying to figure out what is reasonable. What is enough that I can be maintaining so that I still feel good, but I'm not feeling like I'm failing myself. And what that's looked like lately is just going on a ton of walks. I don't always have the energy to want to figure out what to do to work out or to push really hard. So I'm going on 3 to 4 walks a week, and the miles are adding up. That is enough. I don't need to be pushing so hard when I'm pushing so hard in other areas of life. But what this framework also provides is a chance to see where I'm overextended in certain areas of life and it's impeding on others. I think a lot of us can relate to the work and career and finance side of our lives kind of overextending into other areas or having a negative impact on other areas of our life. And I think that this really helps us to put in perspective that your work and career, your business, and your finances are only 2 parts of this 8-part life. And we all know there's way more parts to life, I'm sure we could come up with, but just within this framework, it's really easy to see that finances and work is just 1/4 of the whole picture, right? Those are 2/8. So are we spending too much time caring and fostering those? And are they really inspiring us and setting our hearts on fire? Or are we living in a state of stress and negativity and feeling like we're not good enough and feeling like we're failing in all these other areas or feeling uninspired? That's really what I want to dig into this year. And I've been finding my fair share of both. I've been finding my fair share of not exactly being where I want to be. It's been a little hard to show up. I've felt more like a failure this year than I ever have. But then I come back to this quote that if you're not failing, you're not trying. And I'm having to take my own advice. Move fast, fail fast, keep going. Because becoming obsessed is about living an authentic and fulfilling life. It's about choosing the path that sparks joy in your heart and not just following the status quo and staying stuck in a life that doesn't feel good to you. We don't need to be doing more or having more just for the sake of it. It's about digging deep and asking yourself, do I still love my life even when it's messy and not going according to plan? Can I still find beauty in the mess and in the burnout and find moments of joy even when everything feels like you're failing? So whether this year has gone according to plan for you, or you're like me and it's been a little messy, you've been struggling with feeling like a failure and trying to find a new balance, I encourage you to join me for season 2 of Becoming Obsessed. And keep going. You got this. A huge theme in my conversations and coaching calls with business owners is shedding your shoulds, clearing your mental load of the hundreds and hundreds of shoulds so that you can limit your decision fatigue and spend your energy where it really counts. So if you're finding yourself in this never-ending cycle of thinking, I should post more, I should work out more, I should go to more networking events and call my friends more, I want to help you break the cycle. Let's sit down for a 15-minute chat, completely free, and I'll help you shed 3 major shoulds from your mental load. Just click the link in the show notes to schedule your virtual hangout. And a huge thank you to everyone who makes this podcast happen, my amazing team at Sleeked Marketing and the incredible women at Fast Forward Productions. Now let's go get obsessed.